Hi and welcome to Great Getaways. On today's show, we're going to take you on a winter adventure in Roscommon County. As you can see, we've got the beautiful fluffy white snow piled up around us, and it's great for all the winter fun we're going to have.
We hope you are bundled up warm for today's show. You'll need layers of clothing, dry mittens, a warm scarf and hat, and your snowsuit. With temperatures in the 20s, more than a foot of snow on the ground, and nearly 3 feet of ice on Houghton Lake, the stage is set for TipUp Town USA. It's the very description of winter fun and enjoyment for the whole family. Join the thousands of Michigan residents and visitors from neighboring states who return each year to see this largest winter festival in Michigan. And while we are here in the Houghton Lake area for the 2-week event, let's enjoy all the winter sports that make this a winter haven and a winter wonderland getaway that is fun for the whole family. What is a winter festival without a winter parade? We huddled up to watch snow-tired trucks pulling floats of outdoor enthusiasts greeting parade goers along the M55 corridor. After the parade, all will head over for the festival's events, including snowmobile drags and free carnival rides. Of course, what is a winter festival without an ice fishing contest and a grand prize giveaway?
Well, we're just ready to go out and do some ice fishing right now. We've come down to Ann's Motel and Don's Rent and Ride. Now, we're going to go out on this quad right here, a Polaris Ranger. We're going to take our equipment out, meet some guys out there on the lake and do a little bit of ice fishing, find out what that's about. But tomorrow we're going to come back here again because we want to do some snowmobiling. We're going to talk to Don at that point and find out how it all works.
It was just a short ride down to the lake for Denny and Tom, and with the thick ice on the lake, they were not concerned about taking the quad out to meet up with the ice anglers.
Hey guys, hey Claire, hey Jeff, how you guys doing? It is? Looks like you guys are set up already, huh? Good to see you, good to see you.
The first bit of advice we got from the skillful fisherman was how to set the tip-ups that indicate you have a fish on the line. The hook is baited on a spool of line with a thin piece of metal that goes from the spool to the flag. The baited hook is placed into the water under the ice where the fish grabs the bait, the tip-up alerts the angler, and he pulls it up through the hole.
You know, I really like being out here, Claire. You know, we've been in TipUp Town and all the festivities going on. It's a lot of people, a lot of noise. It's nice to get out here on the ice, away from everybody.
The locals go.
Yep, yeah. Is this a special spot for you?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite spots.
Okay. Get pretty much everything. I know there's a lot of different species of fish in here.
Yeah, there's bluegill, sunfish, perch, walleyes, pike, suckers. You name it, it's just about in here except for cold water fish.
Now we seem to have a lot of ice. It iced up kind of early this year.
Yeah, real early. We were about 3 weeks ahead of last year.
Okay.
We got on, first day I got on with the four-wheeler was the 13th of December, and last year we didn't get on until the 4th of January.
Has the fish have been pretty good for you this year?
Yeah, it's been pretty decent.
Now does it usually stay pretty good until the ice starts going out?
Yeah, you have to move around a lot. Normally I don't take the shanty with me most of the time. I just ride the four-wheeler up. There's days I'll put 50 miles on the four-wheeler running around.
Oh, no kidding.
Walleyes, yeah.
Just go out and drill, fill holes, a few holes.
I got about 120 waypoints on the GPS.
Okay.
We get during the summer and winter and whatever, and then we keep going back to them spots and trying them.
Aha. You got a destination in mind when you leave shore then?
Yeah.
Yep.
Just keep punching them in.
Well, maybe with a little luck. I don't know. You got me out here again, and my reputation is. Oh, what? You got something going there?
Yep.
Yeah, not my line, of course, but hey. Oh, nice walleye. All right, there it is, folks.
After a great afternoon of fishing, it was time to head back to shore and peel off the layers and layers of warm clothing that the cold still somehow penetrates. Thank goodness for fishing shanties. In fact, the expression "TipUp Town" comes from all the groups of shanties that are skiffed out to the ice and left there, creating little ice shanty towns. Right now, though, it's time to get our insides warmed up as we are headed for the tropical climes of the Tiki Bar at Springbrook Inn. It looks inviting, even though the lighted palms look a little out of place among the piles of snow. But as soon as we enter, our hearts warm right up in the friendly atmosphere and cozy environment.
Hey, this old tiki bar, middle of winter, we're out here nice and warm out here right now, and we got some good food in front of us, a drink, we're having some fun and just enjoying ourselves. We had a great day today, expecting another good day tomorrow, and we're gonna go out and have some fun.
Yeah, we sure are. And having some good food too.
The Tiki Bar is one of the area's most popular meeting spots for taking off the winter chill or chilling out in the summer. It's a beautiful day as we are joined by the Houghton Lake Trailblazers Snowmobile Club. Whether you're a hardcore snowmobile rider or a novice, the more than 200 miles of groomed trails through glistening snow-covered wooded areas in Roscommon County beckon. These trails connect to Michigan's extensive network of more than 6,200 miles of designated snowmobile trails. It's clear to see why Houghton Lake attracts thousands of snowmobile enthusiasts each winter. The abundant snow and exciting terrain makes this the perfect setting for a snowmobiling adventure for all ages. Revving our engines and keeping a tight hold on the machine, we really enjoy the thrill of this winter adventure. Roscommon County truly embraces the natural beauty of winter. We paused on Lansing Road, deemed a natural beauty road as nature is allowed to run its course to experience the silence and beauty for ourselves. Some of these pictures will have to end up on our Pinterest board. Be sure to follow us there. Here, the frozen cut river that runs between Higgins Lake and Houghton Lake meets up with the road, and either side of the bridge, the only evidence of life we see are the tracks of a rabbit or larger animal left on the blanket of snow. Lansing Road runs between M18 and Markey Road. Winter in Roscommon County is not only embraced by its beauty, but by its quiet sports and fabulous cross-country skiing. Cross-country ski headquarters is a pure Michigan premier destination for cross-country skiing in Michigan and the Midwest. It's the best source for cross-country skis, equipment, clothing, cross-country ski packages, and expertise. Located at 9435 North Cut Road near Higgins Lake in Roscommon, it's a popular destination for local residents and skiers from across the state, the nation, and the world. The Stone Turtle Day Lodge, with its roaring fireplace and friendly staff, is a perfect place to warm up and enjoy weekly lunch specials. Whether a novice or experienced skier, you can take advantage of its instructors. There are free 1-hour lessons offered at 4 p.m. on Saturdays throughout the winter months.
Go ahead and knock on your stick tail pattern. Just let your arms back to the side.
Scattered throughout the area are several groomed ski trails for delightful cross-country skiing. The crisp morning beckoned us to the cross-country ski trails. Excitedly, we headed into this winter wonderland of fresh snow groomed just to our liking.
Cross-country skiing can be viewed as a sport that only the diehards are going to come out and enjoy. But honestly, cross-country skiing can be enjoyed by anybody. All ages. We have skis for little kids all the way up to the seniors. I promise you, if you get out on cross-country skis and breathe this fresh air, you're going to have a better attitude and outlook on winter.
As we love the North Woods, it's a rare treat for us to get to enjoy this conservation area while on our skis.
We'll just go nice and slow.
The skiing is sweet, with easy glides through the woods. Cross-country skiing is a glorious way to spend a winter day, and here we have some of the finest trails in the Roscommon area.
We're in St. Helen. We're going out on the trails. Now, a lot of people think going out on the trails in the winter, you take snowmobiles. We're actually going out on ATVs. We've got a bunch of people here with us today. And Melissa, why don't you tell us a little bit about where we're at and what we're going to be doing?
All right, well, you're in the heart of St. Helen right now, which is about to take us into the heart of the trails here. So today what we're going to be doing is we're actually going to be riding side-by-sides, and we're going into the same trail systems that you would go out if you're going to ride here in the summer. We have connection over 200 miles of trails into the county, and from right here we could head out into Roscommon, we could ride into West Ranch, we could ride into Houghton Lake, go out into Gladwin. We can go really any direction we want to go, but it's winter right now, so it's not severe restrictions, but there's, you know, some trail etiquette restrictions per se, but we have shared routes here, so there are snowmobile traffic and ATV or UTV traffic as well. So we do our best to make sure that those groomed snowmobile trails we're going to avoid today, but there's so many trails here today, we still have plenty of cool things to show.
I'm anxious to get out there and get riding around on some of these trails and see what it's like. What do you say we can go?
All right, let's do it.
Let's go.
We're on the trail here in St. Helen, and we are now at exit 222. Who can tell me what this is all about?
Well, this is one of those 222 mysteries. None of us actually know where the sign came from, but it's a big staple of, you know, the community as far as the off-road community here in the area. And exit 222 is all of St. Helen. It's exit 222 off of 75.
Okay.
So that's what it's representing, but to a lot of people, this is their little piece of heaven. So it's really kind of blown up and become its own representation for the area in a way as well.
And nobody really knows how that sign got there?
No, it just kind of showed up one day out here and people started finding it and posting pictures of it, and even ourselves, we were riding around trying to find where it was, because the pictures would post but nobody would tell you where it was, so we even ourselves just recently found it, and we ride a lot.
So you get out here, you start riding around, you can start checking out and find out where the sign is at out here. You'll be one of the few people that can actually tell where it's at.
Yeah, we're not telling you where we're at right now.
Okay. Why don't you tell me where we're going though?
All right, well, I think we're going to get ready to head over to the free area, maybe known as the Scramble area or the Sand Hill. There's a lot of different names. Some people call it the Toy Box. If you were here in the summer, you'd understand why. If you think this is a lot of machines in the summer, that place just fills up like a beach.
Really?
Full of these and trucks and Jeeps, but it's still a lot of fun. It's a different element in the winter, and we'll take you out there and show you some of the ripping.
Okay, let's do it. They call the Scramble area. It's kind of a sandy area out here. You can kind of see some trails that shoot around. You don't have to stay right on a trail. You can move in different positions out here. We're going to stand out here in the middle a little bit, and they're going to be running around all around us, so we're going to see what it looks like. Maybe get some good shots.
So Melissa, tell me about this. Is 2 square miles of what?
So it is a playland for ATVs and ORVs. Basically, within this boundary of this area, the Scramble area or free area that they call it here in St. Helen, within those boundaries, the difference is like being along the side or on the actual trails, they ask you to stay on the trails. Well, in this particular area, it's allowed to, you know, do what you do, play. If you think you can climb that hill, climb it. But there's specific areas also within this area or boundary zone that people mostly play at, and we're at one of them right now, which is the hill climb or the sand hill. It's one of like the big dunes in the area where people will, as you saw earlier, whip around. And then there's also another hill climb that is a larger one, and then there's a rock area that's actually been built out here because we don't have a lot of rock naturally in the area. Right. So when they built this particular area for people and created it, they actually put in rocks and had rock courses. We don't, with our machines, play on them, but the Jeeps have a lot of fun out there.
Oh, I bet they do.
They do.
I bet they do.
There's also some cyclone spots up here that people do donuts in that are wore in about 4 feet down into the sand from going in circles. And then there's actually some trails that interconnect in between the sand hills and stuff, but they're pretty tight to get most machines down.
Well, Teresa, isn't there something online that the DNR has that shows these trails?
They do. If you go to michigan.gov into the DNR section, they do have the ORV handbook right on there. They have a digital copy so that you know where you can ride the ORVs, when you can ride. I know there's some restrictions during hunting season.
Okay.
And in Roscommon County, what's neat is they have a number of the forest roads are open to ORV traffic. So they have those maps online also. A Google search will do good to help you find those maps.
Okay.
But it should be on the michigan.gov site.
So it might be a good idea to print those out. Is there any place that maybe they can go to get having an already printed copy?
Well, I know for the trails, Roscommon County does have a map that we have had printed for
Okay.
us. And you could get that by emailing the Tourism Bureau, the Houghton Lake Area Tourism Bureau.
Okay. So there's all kinds of ways to get maps of the trails, and you got to get out here and try it. This is a lot of fun.
Yes.
Different fun in the winter. Not one I'm used to. I like it. We're here at a place called Morrow Lake. We are part of the South Higgins Lake State Park, actually, and we're going to do a little bit of snowshoeing out here. They've got a great trail. We've been here many times before. Love coming out here because it's so nice to be here. We are right now waiting for a couple other people to come out, and we're getting our stuff ready, as you can see, and then we're going to take you out on the trail. Snowshoes on, I was ready to go. The Morrow Lake Trail is an intriguing trail system with bridges, high ground, and trails next to the lake. I met with Teresa from the Houghton Lake Tourism Bureau and Anna Sylvester, the Northern Operations Chief for the Parks and Recreation Division of the DNR. How lucky we were to snowshoe with Anna. She knew so much and was able to answer every question I asked. Well, Anna, this is such a nice trail out here. One of the things I like about it is it goes right along the lake itself. And you can see so much that way.
Sure, one part you go on the lake or on one side, then when you return, you go back in the woods. So you get to see a lot of the wildlife and some of the other trees and things in the back.
So we have different loops out here.
Yeah, we actually have 3 loops. One's about a mile and a half.
Okay.
The next one's 2.5 miles, or else you can do 5 miles, which is a 5-mile loop.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how far, I mean, where does it go to? Where does it turn at?
Actually, you go all the way out. This is a connector lake. The Cut River goes from Higgins Lake to Houghton Lake, and this is one of the lakes that kind of comes off the Cut River. So when you take the 5-mile path, you can go all the way around to the Cut River.
Excellent.
Okay.
Excellent. What do you say we get going?
Let's
All
go.
righty.
Well, I was having trouble with the bindings on my snowshoe. Teresa and Hannah went ahead so Teresa could take more photos of this beautiful area. I fixed my shoe and took off looking for the 2 of them. After looking and looking, I've been on this trail 100 times and never lost anyone before. First time for everything. Well, I left the trail thinking maybe they went into the woods to do a little winter birding. Nope, not in here. Okay, time to start yelling their names. Teresa! Anna! You know, I got out there in the woods. Maybe I got twisted around a little bit, but I hope I came out on the same trail. But I don't really know where they're at this point, so well, for now I'll just keep going. What the heck? I'm having a good time. Yeah, I've been looking all over, but I got the trees blocking my voice, blocking my view, and I came to a little area here that's open to the lake. I look out, there they are standing there, so I'm gonna go out and join them. I know a lot of times I've been out to this lake during the warmer period, but a lot of birds in this area.
There are.
We do have a birding trail that's in here too?
We do. It's the Asaba Birding Trail.
Okay.
And I believe this is one of the stops. There's a number of areas in through Roscommon County, and it actually covers up into Crawford County a little also. But this is a watchable wildlife area, so that you know that you can see birds and other wildlife.
Okay, so is it an area that the birds will come through, migrate through? Is that the kind of area?
No, they actually come here, they nest here, they stay here, they live here, yeah. Actually a lot of loons in this area. This is a beautiful lake for loons. I actually have been canoeing here and had one of those close-up encounters with a loon.
Really?
We stopped paddling and the loon just came up and looked at us and kept going under the boat and looking at us. So it's really a nice experience.
Now, when you run into a situation like that, should you kind of stop and stay still is the best?
Yeah, that way you're not threatening to them.
Okay.
And that was exactly what happened. We stopped paddling, we just stayed still. And there isn't that much water current here usually, so we were pretty well okay and safe. And it just was really curious about us. I think had we kept paddling, it probably would have startled them, or if we were near a nest, it definitely would have been telling us to get away.
Okay.
But this loon was very curious.
Okay. That's just some of the things, really, that you can do up here.
There are, yeah.
There's so much.
You don't know about all of them, but yeah.
But that's what you're about, too.
Yeah, we'll talk about the website a little bit later that has a list of all the things that you could do in the county.
Excellent.
Okay.
Excellent. What do you say we get going?
Let's
Alrighty.
Okay, so that's pretty good. You know, I look out on the lake, and even today, looking out on it, we see a lot of cattails and stuff sticking up. Is it a shallow lake?
It is quite shallow, yeah. It's probably about 3 to 4 feet deep. Actually, there's no motors allowed on there because we don't want people digging up the marl where there's a lot of actually life that lives in the marl. So the marl can be quite deep.
Okay, explain to me what marl is.
Well,
I know it's the name of the lake, but what else is it?
Good point.
You might know marl better as muck.
Okay, yeah, I know muck. I know muck.
So marl is a similar situation with the kind of the composition of the soil under there.
Okay.
So you do sink down,
Oh,
and so
you
if you're
can
to walk
sink in.
out here, you're going to sink.
This is not where you're going to go swimming because you are not going to be able to get your foot back out or your shoe's going to be lost down there or something. But so yeah, this is the place to come if you're looking to get away from it all because South Higgins can get busy in the summer. This doesn't get as busy. If you want to get away, this is where you go.
Everybody is enjoying the trail today. So we end our day by sitting on a bench overlooking the lake. We're back almost to the end of the trail. We found another bench and we just decided to sit down for a couple of minutes, look out on the lake. It's so beautiful out here today. Teresa, we've shown the people quite a bit of different things here along the trail and all the things you can do, but are there also maybe some other trails and where do they get information on this stuff?
There are some other great trails to snowshoe on that are not groomed for cross-country skis.
Okay.
And a couple in the area south of Houghton Lake is Lost Twin Lakes Pathway. And then right here in Roscommon is Margaretha Hagen. It's a nature center, so there's a lot of things to do, but they got paths that you can snowshoe on also.
Okay.
And for more information, we have our website has been redone. It has more videos on it. It's got a brighter look. Visit HoughtonLake.com, and you can go on there. They'll give you a list of all the trails. They'll give you a list of lodging, places like that, things to see. We also, if you're just out and about and you have your phone, we have a phone app now. So either Apple or Droid, you can go to whichever store it is, Play Store or whatever the Apple one is, and it's called Houghton Lake app. Even though it's called Houghton Lake, it covers all of Roscommon County.
Okay.
So it'll cover Roscommon and St. Helen, Higgins Lake, and Houghton Lake, of course.
Okay, so there's where you go for a lot of good information. Get out, do the things we've done today. And I want to thank you for coming with us too, just to tell us some of the things that people see. You see this all the time.
Yes, I do.
And so you know so much about it, and it's always great to have somebody along that knows this kind of information.
Thank you.
And I hope you enjoyed this, but we're getting cold, so we're going to head back to the car, get our shoes off, and go back to town. What do you think?
Sounds good to me.
We can from today's show, just go to our website and fill out the form. If you enjoyed today's show and would like more information for your own great getaway, you can get a free guide. It's available from the number on your screen.